Okay, so in this video, we'll be talking about Teresa Giudice and some things she said in a recent interview about her future on The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah, the main thing grabbing headlines is, well, she's willing to come back.
Willing to come back even if the cast stays exactly the same.
And she seemed really confident about it, didn't she?
Oh, absolutely. She basically said she feels the network needs to bring them back, like there's public demand for it.
And she really leaned into being the OG.
You know, her spot is pretty secure unless Bravo decides otherwise.
It suggests a certain feeling of indispensability, maybe.
Totally. And that willingness to return with the same cast, that's the key part, isn't it?
Yeah, because same cast means returning alongside people she has, well, very public and very deep-seated conflicts with.
Namely, her estranged sister-in-law. That's been like the central drama for years now.
Exactly. A huge part of the show.
And there was this one tiny detail from the interview, you know, about that relationship.
Yeah.
When they asked her if she'd tried her sister-in-law's spumple cookies.
Oh, right. What did she say?
Just no. Yeah, no, like very direct.
Wow. Okay.
It suggests things are still pretty frosty on a really fundamental level.
Yeah, like beyond the big arguments we see on screen, it's down to the little things, like not even trying a cookie. The distance feels, well, real.
She also gave a little update on her personal life, didn't she? Her marriage.
She did, yeah. Kept it brief, though. Just said, everything's good.
Okay.
I mentioned some anniversaries coming up. 5 years since they met, third wedding anniversary in August. So, you know, putting out there that things are stable.
And then the conversation shifted to her daughter, Gia.
With her being on Next Gen NYC.
Yeah. Teresa talked about that. Said she wasn't causing drama over there.
And interestingly, she said she didn't give Gia any advice for being on the show.
Oh, why was that?
Her reasoning was basically that Gia grew up on reality TV. She's been around cameras her whole life, so according to Teresa, she just didn't need any tips from her mom.
Huh. That's quite a take, isn't it? Like, reality TV exposure is its own kind of schooling.
Sort of, yeah. It implies Gia already knows how to navigate that world.
Did she say anything else about her daughters? Like, who takes after her?
She did mention seeing herself most in Gia and Melania, physically, but also personality-wise.
Right, and Gia actually chimed in on that too, didn't she? About inheriting traits.
Yeah, Gia talked about getting her drive, her ambition, that strong work ethic from watching her mom.
Okay.
And also things like confidence and authenticity. She framed them as lessons learned from seeing Teresa live her life so publicly.
It's interesting that connection, the qualities Gia values seem directly linked to her mom's very public, often debated persona. Okay, next up, Andy Cohen gave some updates on The View just recently, June 3rd.
Yeah, he talked about casting for a couple of the big ones. What did he say about RHONY?
For New York, he said they're very close to locking down the cast for season 16 and expect some new people.
Okay, new faces for RHONY. And what about Jersey, RHONJ? That one's been kind of quiet.
He called it a deep pause, but said they're now actively there casting for season 15. He made sure to say, you know, how much they still love that franchise.
Good to hear for Jersey fans. Did he mention Rhode Island? The new one.
Briefly, yeah. Praised the women, very Italian, hilarious, big families. But it was interesting, he seemed to sort of walk back, comparing them directly to RHONJ.
Oh, how so?
Well, he clarified that New Jersey stands alone, so sounds like RHORI is coming, but RHONJ isn't being replaced or anything. They're refreshing the mainstays.
Gotcha. Okay, moving from the networks to, well, some pretty intense family stuff. Ariana Biermann made some big claims.
Yeah, this was on the premiere of Next Gen NYC, also June 3rd. She claimed her parents, Kim Zolciak and Kroy Berman, took her influencer money.
Money she'd been earning since she was like 14.
Exactly. She describes some of the brand deal money as astronomical, but said there was zero transparency. Like, she doesn't know how much she actually made or where it went.
Wow. And isn't Kim still asking her for money?
That's what Ariana claimed, yeah, that her mom still asks her. And her boyfriend, Hudson McLeroy, he seemed worried, apparently questioning if the money's for necessities or other things. He mentioned seeing Kim with expensive wine on social media recently.
That puts Ariana in such a difficult position, doesn't it?
Totally. She said she doesn't want money to ruin the family relationship, but feels like her current money is still going to Kim. It's a really complex situation playing out very publicly.
Okay, next update we have about Summer House. Ciara Miller spoke to Life and Style.
Right. So first, her status with Jesse Solomon, strictly friends, she said, it will always be that way.
Yeah, that's clear enough. And what about Lexi Wood coming back? Any thoughts there?
She seemed a bit unsure, said we'd have to see. In another interview, she was quoted saying she basically doesn't care if Lexi returns. So maybe some tension there.
She also talked about a potential Summer House reboot, right? Like changing the format.
Yeah, she thinks it would make sense because the cast is getting older, can't party for forever.
But she wasn't totally sold on filming in New York City full-time.
No, she sounded hesitant. Said it's a much bigger time commitment than just the summer weekends. And, very clearly, she can't imagine doing the show without Paige DeSorbo, her best friend. So, sounds like they're figuring out how the show evolves as they do.
Makes sense. Now let's shift over to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills universe. A lot happening there, according to these sources.
Definitely. First, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's separation and the money side of things.
Right, the division of assets. One report pointed out how complicated it could get with the agency.
Yeah, because it was launched during their marriage. That recorded, $57 billion it's brought in since 2011? Under California law, that could potentially be community property.
$57 billion. Wow.
That's the reported figure, yeah. An attorney called the potential division a chess match where mistakes could cost, tens of millions.
And Kyle has said in the past that we started it, right, and signed papers.
Exactly. Those kinds of statements could strengthen her claim. So it's not just a simple split. It's a huge financial negotiation.
Okay, sticking with that circle. Teddi Mellencamp. Some personal news there.
Yeah, the Daily Mail had pictures June 2nd showing her apparently with a new boyfriend looking happy.
And this is happening while she's dealing with her health issues.
Right. And actually on that front, she shared some really positive news recently on her podcast about her cancer treatment.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah. She said her brain tumors are shrinking. Her lung tumors are shrinking too. One's apparently barely visible now. Seems like her body's responding well. Really great news for her.
That really is wonderful. Okay, now, a major legal update connected to RHOBH. Tom Girardi's sentencing.
Yes, big news. Happened June 3rd. He was sentenced to 7 years and 3 months in prison.
In order to pay restitution, too.
Over $2.3 million in restitution, yeah. This was for defrauding clients out of more than $15 million in that Ponzi scheme.
Right. Taking money from new clients to pay older ones. The U.S. attorney called him a thief and a liar. Pretty blunt.
Very. He has to surrender by July 17th. And around the same time, Erika Jayne had that quote in Vogue UK about coping, saying, "You can't stay down, take baby steps," puts things in perspective with this outcome.
Definitely. Okay, next update we have about the Valley. Some serious drama unfolding there recently.
Oh, yeah. That fight between Jasmine and Janet really blew up, didn't it, over the rumor about Jason Caperna's wedding ring.
Jasmine did not hold back. Calling Janet a shittiest friend, vibe killer, exhausting, and saying she gives Karen energy.
Ouch. And Jason himself got involved, right? Felt hurt, called Jasmine two-faced, a snake in the grass. It got ugly.
Yeah, it did. Then there's the Jax and Brittany situation continuing.
Jax blaming Brittany for his past behavior.
And Brittany suspecting he might have bugged the house.
Seriously. But the biggest bombshell seemed to be that email from Jax.
Right. Revealing the house is actually in foreclosure, and Brittany's responsible for the mortgage until it sells.
Exactly. A huge contrast to him talking earlier about giving her podcast money for the mortgage.
So if you want to keep up with all this, make sure you subscribe to Realty TV.
Yeah, and hit that bell icon. You don't want to miss our next breakdown.
Thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow.